We left Creede, Colorado just a little after 11 a.m. We're headed to Cederedge, Colorado to see Mike's son and his family, which is all the way on the western part. So there were 3 routes that you could take to get to Cederedge, where we are headed. This was the fastest, easiest route according to RV Life. But we do want to warn you, it is not for beginners. It's Highway 149. And it's beautiful. You're basically headed higher than Creede, I guess, right? The highway's nice. It's very clear, clean.
For a big rig, you need to be experienced coming down the hill.
Yeah, coming down the hill. Basically, the note that Mike wanted to give to everybody is that knowing how to use the engine brake.
Turn right onto.
She's interrupting me. Sorry. Knowing how to use the engine brake or transmission brake is key when coming down that hill. It's not for beginners, put it that way, and just take it slow. Don't get cocky.
Now turn right.
Okay, thank you, RV Life. The views, though, were ridiculous. Beautiful, beautiful views. Not a lot of places to kind of turn off on the side of the road. At one point, Mike said that he wanted to maybe cool off the transmission a little bit, take a little break, but there really wasn't a spot to pull off. So just take it slow. Also, side note, when you leave Creede, if you get on Highway 149, you pass the waterfall that we already drove to this morning. Just a little side note for you. Well, we had a little 2-day break of touring around. We made a pit stop in Cederedge, Colorado, to Mike's oldest son's house, Joshua, and his family. Did a little day trip into Ouray, had some fun, but came back for this awesome sunset. Gonna play a little cards, and we are headed, where are we headed tomorrow? Estes Park, Colorado, we think. We're headed towards Denver because we've got an air leak. So we're gonna see if we can get someone that will work on a Prevost, hopefully fix our little air leak, do a little Rocky Mountain National Park touring, go to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and then to Sturgis. Our summer Western adventure is getting too close to being over. Can't believe we're almost to Sturgis. Look at this sunset. I just wanted to share it with you, to be honest with you. Last night, they had like a little bit of a rain, and there was a rainbow right over top of the house. On the road again. So today is, I think it's July 31st. I do know it's Monday. We departed from Cederedge, Colorado area, which is Western Colorado. We've got about another hour before we get to our destination. We're parking at an RV park called Elk Meadow. Apparently elks like to roam through the meadow, so this will be fun with dogs. And today I think Mike and I are going to get on our buzz bikes and travel around, check out the little town of Estes Park, maybe get into a little bit of Rocky Mountain National. You can ride e-bikes there as long as it's a paved road or dirt road that cars are allowed on. You can't really go off on the trails, but you can ride around on the pavement or any road that you can take a car onto. So we might do that for a little bit, and then we're gonna have a little cookout with the Goose and the Emma. They're about an hour behind us. And tomorrow morning we're gonna get up early. We're gonna go on a 4x4 Jeep tour of Rocky Mountain National, because if we came all the way here, we want to see the park, right? So that'll be fun. And then it's supposed to be a less than 2-hour drive per RV Life into Cheyenne, Wyoming, where we are staying at, I think it's called Kurt Gowdy State Park, for 2 nights. Another destination. I've never been to Cheyenne, Wyoming. I don't think, Mike, you've been to Cheyenne, have you?
I have been through Cheyenne, but never to stay. Not for recreation.
Okay. So anyways, that's what we're doing. And then we will get to Sturgis, which is not the final destination of our trip, but the overall midway destination, at least, until we get there, spend a week, and then we head back. Also, my dog, as you can
see it.
Okay, so you have to, what's that thing called? The air slide. It goes over the steps, and that's where Clyde likes to ride because he wants to be with us. Unfortunately, his butt hits these damn buttons all the time.
Started the generator.
Oh, yeah.
The air slide.
I mean, he puts on buttons.
Turns the lights on and off.
It's a joy, not. But today, twice now, his little butt, as I'm trying to walk in the bus, hits the air slide, and it attacked my leg Earlier today, I was
You can almost
carrying.
see a place on it.
Earlier today, I had a big cup of coffee when it happened, and I thankfully got it on the dash before, and I literally hopped up as the air slide was going. You didn't know that. I didn't tell you about that one. So. You know how I'm always honest, right? So our drive from Cederedge, Colorado, towards Denver was really nice. Along 70, really pretty ride. Looking at the Colorado River and different creeks, and it was really fun. We made a pit stop at exit 234, which was really a nice little place to stop. One of the only places that we saw on I-70, there was a Love's just barely out of Grand Junction, I believe. So pay attention, make sure you pay attention where truck stops are. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking that maybe we should have just pit stopped somewhere in Denver, or maybe went back to Breckenridge. Since we're really on our way to Sturgis now, Breckenridge wasn't much of an option, so we thought making this pit stop in Estes Park would be kind of fun because it's the entrance to the Rocky Mountain National State Park, and it looked like it wasn't that big of a deal. It was a big deal. The 70 miles, once you turn off I-70, that you have to drive to get to Estes Park is extremely windy, very narrow in some areas, and it's just a lot of up and down. Like Mike said, you got to really focus on the driving and don't ride your brakes. Now, I trust my husband. He's really good at that. Obviously, he's a professional race car driver, and he's very good at driving buses, and he knows how to manage brakes. Our friends, though, have been having some issues with their fifth wheel and their truck, and so I'm worried about them, so I think that's got me a little stressed out. Then we finally get into Estes Park. Now, before that, there was a little place called Centertown, I think, or I'll look it up again, I can't remember, and Blackhawk. I do remember Blackhawk. And really cute towns. There was a couple of real nice RV parks right before we turned into Elk Meadow. One was on Lake Mary, and then there was another one kind of off to the side before we made the left to get over here, over to Elk Meadow. I'm probably a little agitated right now because the lady that greeted me was just not that friendly. It's not that she was mean, she just wasn't nice or just kind of like warm and like, hey, welcome here. She's just like, what's your name? Here are all the rules of the park. I mean, just make, I guess I'm tired too, so we won't judge quite yet. I'm right now in the dog run, which this is nice. It's a really large, true dog run for dogs, a little bit of grass. All the lots here are basically just a lot of gravel, dust, dirt, which I'm fine with. That doesn't really bug me that much. I will say this, there were some pretty damn majestic views on the drive, and as soon as you do enter Estes Park, the views of the Rocky Mountains are pretty amazing. It's like you want to start singing America the Beautiful, but I also forgot to remind the lady at checkout that we wanted check-in, that we wanted a late checkout because we're supposed to do a Jeep tour, and I don't think we'll be back in time to be out of here by 11 a.m. And it says on their paperwork that you can request a late checkout of 1 p.m., but it's an extra $25, which I would do, but she was so crabby that I think I'm gonna make Emma do it.
Well, I stepped out of that Cadillac. I said, Mister, many thanks. He said, you don't have to call me Mister. The whole world called me Hank. He said, Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? If you big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. He said, Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing?